Happy New Year, Abnormal Investigations. This is the first day of the year. Wow, I can't believe we're already starting a new year. Again, I want to say I love and miss Hunter so much. Ready to see him this new year. It's going to be a great year full of blessings. God is going to bless us this year and it's going to be good. Let's get into this encounter. I'll never forget that fateful night when I encountered something that would change my life forever. It was a crisp autumn evening, and I had decided to take a walk in the park to clear my mind. The moon was almost full, casting an eerie glow over the deserted pathways. As I strolled deeper into the park, I noticed a figure in the distance. At first, I thought it was just someone walking their dog, but as I got closer, I realized it was something entirely different. The figure was tall, with eyes that glowed like ambers in the dark. Its body began to contort and twist, its limbs elongating as it let out a blood-curdling howl. I froze in terror as the creature transformed into a monstrous wolf. Its fur was a mottled mix of gray and brown. For what felt like an eternity, the werewolf and I locked eyes. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move or speak. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the creature turned and vanished into the darkness. I didn't wait to find out if it would come back. I turned and sprinted out of the park, not stopping until I was safely inside my apartment. I locked the door behind me and leaned against it, trying to catch my breath. But as I looked around my darkened apartment, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, and then I heard it. A low, rasping growl coming from right outside my window. The werewolf had followed me home. I tried to tell myself it was just my imagination, but the growling and howling sounds outside my window were unmistakable. My dogs, Max and Bella, were whimpering and cowering in the corner of their room, their tails tucked between their legs. I tried to calm them down, but they were beyond consolation. They knew something was wrong, and I couldn't blame them. I was scared also. The howling grew louder and more intense, making the hairs just stand up on the back of my neck. I knew I had to do something, but what could I do against a creature so big and powerful? I cautiously approached the window and peeked outside, but there was nothing to see. The street was empty except for a few trash cans blowing in the wind. But then I saw it. A shadowy figure lurking just beyond the streetlight's glow. It was tall and imposing, with eyes that seemed to glow in the dark. I gasped, and I stepped back from the window, my heart racing with fear. The howling grew louder, more insistent, and I knew I had to get out of there. I grabbed my phone and I dialed 911, trying to get my voice steady as I explained the situation to the dispatcher. But as I waited for the police to arrive, I couldn't shake the feeling that time was running out, and it was going to get me. The werewolf was getting closer, and I knew it wouldn't stop until it had claimed me. I had a feeling it wanted me. As I waited for the police, I couldn't help but wonder if I would make it through the night alive. The police arrived to search the area, but they found nothing. No signs of forced entry, no evidence of any kind. It was as if the whole thing had just disappeared. But I knew what I saw, and I knew what I heard, and I knew that I had to take steps to protect myself and my home. So I started installing motion-sensitive lights around the perimeter of my apartment. I figured that if the werewolf was afraid of light, it would be less likely to come back. And you know what? It worked. The howling stopped, and I haven't seen any signs of the werewolf since. The landlord even let me put motion detectors outside my window along the garden that runs along our apartment building. It's been weeks now, and I'm starting to feel like I can finally breathe again. But sometimes late at night, I still hear a distant sound of howling, and I wonder, is it still out there watching and waiting, or is it just my imagination? Do you think it's moved on, Mike, and I'm fine now? If you put up the lights and it went away, I'd say you're fine. That's good of your landlord to let you put up motion detectors outside. So I would just make sure that those lights keep working. Still be safe, Be aware of your surroundings. But hopefully it's learned that it can't come there and it's moved on. Thank you for sharing your story. This is a good story to start out the year, guys. We got many more coming. If you don't mind, smash the like button, share us out, guys. Let's grow this year like no other, and let's take this channel to the top. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, keep your head on a swivel and don't be something's dinner.